Hello.
I love how you do that.
I do.
Like,
I don't. It's awkward.
hello.
What do you say? Video just ends up stop playing. What are you supposed to
You're
say?
supposed to say hi.
Hi.
How
How
are
you doing?
So, welcome to TMSM.
Hey, we got a first timer.
Oh, first timer! Yay!
Debbie Holt, first time from
Thank you
Spokane, Washington.
for tuning in.
Thank you so much.
Usually our shows are a little bit silly and exciting, but
Please don't leave.
Please don't judge us upon this show because we don't have a whole lot of content, understandably so. So
Another one in the UK, first time watching, Claire
hi,
Harris.
Thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys are all doing okay this evening, considering. It's been, stressful for everybody, but we wanted to make sure that we at least checked in with you guys and gave you a little bit of the news that we have. And I know that I've gotten some feedback from people that they just kind of want a sense of normal. Like you guys are used to seeing us, our smiling faces for the past 2 years on Monday nights. So we're just trying to, help that. Why are you laughing? We're just trying to give you a little bit of normal.
Shane gave me a welcome. I'm going to use welcome home.
Welcome home.
That's going to be what I'm going to do. It's going to be like going to Disney Resort when they say welcome home.
Welcome home.
So I'm going to use that, Shane.
Yeah.
So welcome home will be sponsored by Shane.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to charge you. Okay, so do your little intro so we can get going.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to TMSM Weekly Live show number 81 for April 6th, 2020. I'm Scott.
I'm Michelle.
And this is TMSM Weekly Live. So some of you may have realized you didn't get a text message this evening. We decided, due to circumstances, we needed to cancel that for the time being because it's kind of expensive to send out the text alerts. So we did have to kind of put that on a pause right now. Because our stuff is down like everybody's right now. So
well, yeah, I know those of you who have small businesses understand that right now we're all suffering a bit. So we had to we have to decide to make some cutbacks if where we can. And just for now, but Mondays we're always Monday at 7, and then we always put something in our group if we are going to cancel for whatever reason. Like we almost canceled tonight because it's like it's draining on all of us. As the
dogs didn't really want to do it.
Okay, so for first timers, we have 2 bulldogs in the house. So if you hear snorting and it sounds like pig wrestling, it's the dogs.
Bulldogs in the house.
Yeah. So and they're right here and they're about to start up. So just FYI.
Yeah. So that's Jack and Ava.
That's Jack and Ava. So I figured we could go over the little bit of Disney news that we have right now, and then maybe we can talk a little bit. If you guys have questions or something that you want to talk about, we can do that as well. With everything being closed right now, we've been struggling as far as news content. But you can vouch for me that I'm still checking constantly to see
all day long,
trying to watch for updates and things, because even though I can't actually physically go out to do my job, I'm still trying to watch everything so that you guys can stay updated.
Yeah, she doesn't stop working just because the parks are closed, just because news isn't really coming out. She's still working from the time she gets up, the time she goes to bed. And I've had to tell her to stop watching the regular news because it just upsets her and gets her angry and everything, and upset and sad and everything else that goes with it. So she's trying to just watch for Disney news.
Yeah, I actually we talk honest. For those of you who are first time, we just kind of shoot straight here and we're honest and admit we're messy. But last week I was having, I have for a while now. I've talked to you guys that I have anxiety and panic disorder type of thing, and I've been really trying hard to fight that right now. And I know a lot of us are struggling with anxiety, but last week it was to the point of chest pains. And I had to stop watching the regular news because it's not healthy.
No, she would be stressed out from the morning till the evening every day. And I finally got to the point where I said, you're done. Just turn it off because it's not worth the anger and the aggravation when you can't do anything about it.
No, and in the media right now is, everybody, you go look at one news site and it says one thing, and then you go to another and it says something different. And
it's kind of like the blogging community.
It kind of is, but for the news world. So it's like, I don't want to read things that, as long as my family is safe, thank God, and my friends are safe, I don't need to watch the news constantly to see what's going on because it's causing me major anxiety and chest pains and like physical. I don't know if you guys ever get so anxious. Sometimes you feel physical effects. That's where I was at. And there's a dog squeaking their toys. I'm sorry.
No, we actually, Michelle is very, okay, we don't need to go here. We don't need to go anywhere, even to the store for anything, to where we've actually been practicing social distancing without leaving the house. And actually, about a week ago now, we have not left the house. I was running to the bank last week, and the car actually died on me about 1.5 miles from the house. The alternator went on the car, and so we got towed back to our house, but we haven't fixed it. And it's like, well, do we really need to get it fixed right now with another expense right now when we really don't need it? I still want it fixed.
He wants the car fixed, but this is my way of telling him we're staying home. So
I like it for if we have an emergency. It's good to have in case we need it for whatever reason. So that's why I'm always thinking, what if? And she's like, no, we just don't need it. It's that simple. But we've learned that DoorDash and all those Grubhubs and all those things charge you an arm and a leg for food, which is absolutely ridiculous. Because I wrote Chick-fil-A today and complained to them.
He actually wrote to Chick-fil-A. They're like, hey, come visit our local location. He's like, so we tried to order Chick-fil-A last week, and it ended up costing like
$27 more than what it normally costs.
It would have been $60-some for Chick-fil-A.
I'm like, no, I'm
we go
done.
to Chick-fil-A all the time. We go like at least once, twice a week. We have not had Chick-fil-A in a week because we're not spending an extra $30 to get Chick-fil-A.
No, it's good, but it's not that good.
So.
So I wrote them a lot. It's funny because the local one, once you're on their email list, they email you from the owner of the local one here. And he sent out an email today. He's like, hey, if you can't come visit us, use our DoorDash app. And I'm like, yeah, your DoorDash app sucks. If you own DoorDash and you're watching, sorry. But I think the fees were just ridiculous. And I can't afford.
It's expensive.
We can't afford to pay extra on top. I mean, I understand you got to pay some extra, a tip or whatever.
Right. But we are getting our groceries delivered.
Yeah, Publix does it, and they do it for a reasonable cost, and very reasonable, actually, considering you don't have to go and deal with the store, the lines, the everything else. So
the anxiety.
The anxieties. They just leave them on the doorstep, ring the doorbell, and we're good. So
yeah, so that's what we've been doing. We have been, like, for over a week now, we have been staying put.
I think, what was it, Tuesday or Wednesday? I can't remember what day it was.
I don't know.
Might have been Wednesday, I think it was. So I was actually running in the middle of the workday. And I messaged Stacy, said, I have to run the bank, I'll be back. And I never came back.
Well, he came back eventually.
It was like an 1.5 hour wait for the tow truck to come get the car and all that stuff. So it was a pain in the butt. But.
Okay, so we totally got sidebarred from the get.
So that's what we've been up to for the last week.
That's what we've been doing. I actually wrote myself some notes. And this is what I usually do when I go to the radio station, or when I used to go to the radio stations on Wednesday to do my Disney news, which I cannot go to now.
You'd have to go to Joe's apartment.
Yeah, but that's still social distancing, like, violation.
That's true.
So I wrote notes. Don't have a ton to talk about, but I'll tell you what we do have to talk about. I actually had to go back because we put out so many, like, cute things, like recipes and crafts and merchandise and things like that I had to go back a week to see what.
That was one of the crafts we found.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody posted that in the
Look
nation.
Look at this. You don't know if you guys can see it.
I don't know how well they can see it.
Scott made us our own
see it.
Skyliner cart. And if you look on the side, it's got Jack and Ava peeking.
I don't know if they can really see it that well. Maybe
I'll
take a picture.
Post a picture later. It's really cute. So anyway, Disney news. Let's go. All right, so now we put all this out, so I'm just recapping. But if you have any questions, like, totally throw them at us, and we'll do what we can.
Don't literally throw it.
Don't really throw it at us. We can't take it.
We're tired and we have
We're
it.
tired.
We might miss.
I actually put my contacts in for the first time in I don't know how long.
Well, you're saving them.
I'm saving them. So anyway, Disney annual pass holder fees have been waived. Now, I know you know a little bit more about that than I do. So when the news came out about the annual pass holder fees, like, we read the report, like, over and over and over, and what they put out was confusing.
Yeah, so what it is actually is there's two options, and the first option is one Disney's doing unless you call them, and that is they are going to refund to annual pass holders any fees they paid. I can't remember the exact date. Was it March 12th? No. It was sometime in mid-March, I want to say, through April 4th. So if you paid a fee then, you're going to get that refund back. And then what's going to happen is then your payment's going to stop until the parks reopen. Once the parks reopen, then you're going to start paying your monthly fee again on your normal monthly fee date. There'll be no extra days added onto your pass or anything because you paid up until the park closed.
Yeah, so it kind of doesn't kind of just like put a pause on it.
It does
like
put a pause
button.
The second option, which you have to actually call Disney and get, is you're not going to get your refund back. But what they're going to do is after the end of your contract, they're going to add those free days. And they're not really free; you paid for them, but they're going to just add that time to the end of your contract, and that'll give you a new expiration date on your contract. So if your contract renews in July, your contract might move to August. For the next year. So ours is in July. Ours was originally in June. Then the year of the 40th, they added a month. They gave us all a free month. So ours is in July now, and that it's going to stay July because we're just going to take the first option. I don't feel like calling, being on hold.
He's like, I don't want to call.
I don't. I'd rather just keep dealing with it. So once the parks reopen, our renewal date will pick up on the 20th of the month or 21st, whatever day it is. And we'll be fine. And then our expiration date will still be in July. Hopefully, we're all open by July and everything's
It's just the way they worded it was super confusing.
It was good. It was confusing. But if you have any questions, you can call Disney if you're a pass holder.
Call Disney if you're not sure.
They will help you out. If you paid for your yearly pass, whether you live in Florida or out of the state, you can call and ask for a partial refund of the days they've been closed if you've already paid for it, or you can have days, I think, added onto your pass for whatever time they're closed. So they can explain it a lot better than I can, but the good news is that they're not going to keep charging us while the parks are closed.
Yeah.
They did charge us that one.
People were worried about it last week. I had a lot of questions because Universal Orlando suspended their annual pass holder fees first. Mm-hmm. And then when that came out, people were like, well, what about Disney? What about Disney? And then Disney did the same.
Oh, well, Stephanie just said she lost a month because the cutoff date was 3/14. Her renewal was 3/13. So basically she lost a month.
Oh, God.
Disney's not going to give her that month. They need to do something about something. I mean, I know you have to have a cutoff date. I fully understand that. But give something. I mean, because you can't go.
You can't go.
And they take the money before the month starts. It's not like you pay for it after the month.
Well, he was irritated, truth be told, because when we were sitting at home in March, they're like, well, Disney took their money.
Well, yeah, because ours is the 21st it counts, so it was a week after they closed. I'm like, well, they took their money, but we can't go. So I was kind of mad. And then Universal announced that they were going to stop taking fees out. We actually canceled our Universal passes like 2 months ago.
Because we stopped going.
Yeah, we just
I couldn't justify spending. We didn't go enough.
For 4 of us to go each month, and we're not going, just wasn't worth the money. And so we started making cutbacks before we had to make cutbacks.
Yeah, we were already starting to make cutbacks. You know, living in Florida isn't cheap, so especially around the theme parks. So
it's true, and the Lost Princess apparel clothing has been down. Sales were down because they hadn't released anything new until recently. So the sales were down with that, which meant Disney kind of news was down. There really wasn't a ton coming out before. January and February are always slow months for us anyway, and then March just really made it worse.
And then all this.
Yeah, so it's been a rough quarter. First quarter of 2020 was horrible for small business owners. I mean, for us, I don't know if all, but from what I hear, a lot of people had a rough first quarter of the year. So hopefully with these parks reopen soon, hopefully we get new clothing out, and hopefully we can get back to normal.
We did get some new clothing out at Lost.
We did get some new clothing.
So just check that out. Let me go back to Disney news before we keep going back about us.
Yeah.
Look at you, sorry.
Because the news has been out for a week. They could have read that. We didn't tell them anything.
Oh my gosh! What if they didn't see? What if you didn't see?
You're going to recap it right now.
Oh, gosh. All right, so Disney movie dates have changed. Did you guys see this? So, like, Mulan was supposed to be out, like, already. End of March? Yeah? No? It got bumped. And then now it's not going to be out until July. As is the Jungle Cruise movie with The Rock. That's not going to be until July. Black Widow got moved. The Marvel movie got moved all the way to November.
Marvel movie just depresses me.
So wait. I wrote this down because I knew I would screw it up. Okay, so the other Marvel movie, The Eternals, got bumped to 2021. So I know Marvel is your thing, not mine.
Well, Black Widow was going to start talking about the Eternals, so they can't put out the Eternals before Black Widow comes out.
Right. So what I was going to say was that in the Marvel universe, everything got bumped. So, like, that movie got bumped and the next one got bumped. So, like, all these movies that were supposed to be out sooner, everything got pushed.
Did Disney Plus get bumped with all the Marvel stuff?
Don't ask me questions I don't know the answer to.
No, because I think they're all supposed to be tied together, and I know they're still filming Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, all that, the Disney Plus Marvel shows got put on hold also.
Okay.
So, I mean, we're going to have to wait. Now, I was looking forward to that Loki show, but that is not going to be out soon. They had to stop production there. So, like, everything that that we all thought was coming, and, you know, like, at the beginning of the year, everybody looks forward to certain dates. Like, oh, this movie's coming out, and this time I can't wait to see it, or this show is going to be on Disney Plus, and you kind of plan your year almost, like, okay, like, what's coming out and when. Mm-hmm. All that doesn't matter anymore, because everything has changed.
There's always a Marvel movie around my birthday, first week in May. Yeah. And so I was waiting for that, and then that got it.
Not so much.
I mean, I wasn't super excited about the Black Widow movie. No. But it's just part of the whole thing.
Because it's Marvel and you're going to go.
You're darn right I'm going to go. And I'm probably going to... And I already bought the Black Widow pops before all this stuff went to...
Yeah, he's like, I'm not necessarily a Black Widow fan, but I have to go to the movies, see the movie because it's part of the story. And as you know, Marvel movies, they all connect somehow, some way. So, but if you're looking forward to all these upcoming Marvel things, I know there's... Captain Marvel 2, and there's another Thor, and then there's all this other stuff. Everything got bumped. Everything got bumped.
But it is, like she said, it's all connected. Just like the parks. Everything in the parks is even connected to where like stuff's been delayed or that we're assuming because of...
that's what's next on my list. Yeah,
that's why that's a good segue for you to go into that one.
So please, we do not do rumor at the Main Street Mouse. Keep that in mind. However, you know, desperate times, desperate measures, and I'm just going to guess. Okay, so we've had people ask... what about all this stuff? Like, you know, Ratatouille is supposed to be what should have been open this summer. Avengers Campus in Disneyland. I know. Sorry. We can't afford to go now anyway.
I would have walked.
Who walked? You better start walking.
I don't know if it's going to open this year.
But anyway, Avengers Campus was supposed to be opening in the middle of July. Ratatouille this summer. All these things that were supposed to start opening, everything. I'm guessing. Now, they haven't said it yet, and I don't put out stuff unless they say it, but I'm going to make an educated guess that those dates are all going to change.
Well, yeah, because if you haven't noticed lately, it seems like when Disney puts out a date, there's not that thing where, okay, we're going to actually open way before that date. You know, so they used to give us a date, and they'd open like 4 weeks before that date.
Yeah.
But lately they haven't been hitting that target of early. Well, everything's been hit right on the date they gave us. So if all these were supposed to hit on the date they gave us...
Everything was on time.
And now the workers have halted. Because they can't... When you're working inside of a ride, you're working close with somebody to make sure something goes together right or whatever. So they can't. They're not allowed.
And I've seen people say things along the lines of, oh, well, good. Now that the parks are closed and they can get this construction done quicker. That's not how that works. No. I mean, last week Disney announced that they were furloughing certain employees...
non-union, non-salary? Or non-union salary.
Non-union salary. So
not essential, non-union.
Yeah, so but things are changing all the time. And we're watching for those things all the time because I know that people want to know what's going on. And right now, as far as like the attractions go, it's a guessing game. I don't know.
And it depends how long this lasts. But I mean, this could really throw the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World into a loop because they were expecting to have all this stuff open for the beginning of the 50th.
Yeah.
And who knows now? I mean, if stuff is closed for 2 months, you can't just make up 2 months quick. It's not all digital on a computer where you can just work extra hours and get it done. I mean, and then they have to deal with, there's a time when these people can't work. They don't have enough construction workers to work around the clock. Plus the parks have to be open eventually.
And you know what's funny? I mean, like I was saying earlier that the news stresses me out and I've been trying to like social distance myself from lots of things. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, I know what it was.
She does social distance yourself from your thoughts.
I did. I totally distanced myself from my own thoughts.
Non-union execs and salary. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So I see other like people like they reminds me of like the Toy Story alien thing or how it picks you up and people.
Oh, the crane. Yeah.
People drop me into these Disney groups that I don't even know that I'm in, and every once in a while, like when I'm scrolling. Huh?
You can turn that setting off.
Yeah, stop adding me to stuff because I don't read them.
I actually unfriend the person when they do that.
Oh my god! Stop! Okay, so anyway, I'm in a Disney group and I was scrolling and people are asking very, I want to say, and I'm not using this word rudely. They're like questions out of desperation. And by desperation, I don't mean pathetic. I mean, like, I know you're thinking, why are you saying this? I have a point. Because people are like, when do you think the parks are going to open by this date? What do you think? Like, everybody is like trying to look into, trying to be Madame Leota and predict the future. And, what do we think is going to happen? And it's so funny, the varying opinions on what people are saying. Some people are like, well, hopefully we'll be there by Halloween. I can't fathom not doing this till, Halloween. Just the thought, stress, nope, can't do that.
No, isn't that? I can't even exercise that thought in my head. I will go absolutely insane.
No, it's hard, and it's like, I know that people just want answers to these things because they have vacations planned. And I think right now a lot of people are feeling hopeless in a way because everything is just so, everybody is completely shook over all of this. I know I am. And they just want something to look forward to. And right
we're
now
opposites too, because you're sad and stressed out. I'm angry. I mean, that's the way she gets sad when she's stressed out, or I get angry when I get stressed out. And it's just the way we both deal with our...
And then I yell at him for being angry, and it's just hard.
And then I go beat up the walls in the garage. No, I'm joking.
Not.
No, I'm joking.
No. And it's weird because everybody handles it differently. I mean, I can't look that far ahead because I will drive myself nuts. I mean, I have to take things as they come, like in a smaller amount, because I can't think like that. I'll go nuts. And it's weird because I don't know about you guys right now, but it's a holiday week. It's Easter week. We should be at the Grand Floridian taking video of the chocolate eggs.
That's right, which we won't get to see this year.
No eggs this year. Or Mr. and Mrs. Bunny over at Magic Kingdom. Or
that's true.
These things that, again, take for granted. But it's Easter week, and I'm not. Well, none of us are with our families. We're not supposed to be.
No.
They're saying you're not supposed to have get-togethers. You're not supposed to. I mean, it's just sad. And part of me is like, I want to be, I miss people, but I don't want to talk either. I'm like, so, like, my anxiety level is I shut down. I mean, like, you know how I am. You'll be like, you're quiet today.
Today was a bad day for her this morning.
I get like all stuck in my head, and I think. And I've talked to my parents, but like, I miss people, but I don't want to talk because I'm sad. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and she doesn't want anybody visiting. She doesn't want nobody to possibly bring something over here because you and Aiden would compromise.
And that's another thing, I keep reminding myself, yes, it's Easter week. Yes, I miss everybody. Yes, I'm sad. My parents had to cancel their trip to come see us in a few weeks.
They were coming in May 4th, I think, or May 5th, that week.
My nephew's birthday is coming. My mom's birthday is coming. It's just, it makes me so sad. But when he gets all weird and stuff, I do the same thing, but contradictory, and I'll say, at least thank God, and I'm going to knock on something, that our family is healthy. At least right now, thank the good Lord above, I can say that, everybody in this house is okay, and that's why I'm making sure that we stay put, because I need us to stay that way. Anytime I hear a kid sneeze or cough, I'm like, and I'm like doing this,
Oh, I know. I had a coughing fit overnight, and it just something stuck in my throat. But she was freaking out because it was like, "Are you okay?" And before I went to bed last night, I was coughing a little bit. But I had something stuck in my throat. That's all it was.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. And then when I talk to my parents, I ask my dad for the rundown. Everybody okay? And he gives me the rundown. We don't have anything new to report, but I think it's just that reassurance. I text with my besties in Michigan almost every day. How's everybody doing? Just even if it's just jokes back and forth, just something. But as far as like actually talking, this is probably the most talking I'll do all week.
Yeah, she really has been, except for your mom and dad, there's nobody I've seen you on the phone with, really.
No, I shut down. I really shut down. And it's because I just don't, and me being quiet is not normal.
No, and that's why I have to watch her, because I'm just making. And then when I work during the day, I'm upstairs most of the day, so I come down and check on her periodically. Today, well, not fortunately, because Stacy got sick, and that's why I didn't work. But I was down here a lot with you. But you were really quiet today. Even with me, she was quiet. She was just sitting there, kind of numb, like. And yesterday she seemed fine. Saturday she seemed fine.
This weekend was long. boring weekend.
Every day's been boring. I've had a headache since all this began, and it has not gone away.
No, it's just a flipping stress, you guys. The stress. Everything is just different, you know? Everything is just different. And this year, like, we're missing all the Easter fun at Disney. But again, every time I say we're missing this or we're missing that, I keep saying, okay, well, it could be worse because we're okay. But yeah, the chocolate eggs and the bunnies and the...
Well, that's what's sad.
Oh, isn't the Easter egg hunt at Epcot? Don't they do?
Yeah, they put the eggs around in the different countries, and you got to find them for the map thing. Then you get an egg.
Makes me sad.
Last year they had the Haunted Mansion eggs. Remember? We had to go get those collectible haunted eggs.
Michelle said she's listening to TMSM radio to cheer up.
Thank you. We're gonna, we're actually, we've got some ideas because we've been sitting around with nothing else to do. We've been thinking about ways we can spruce that up a little bit. So we might see some changes at that in the next week. We've actually been doing a lot of work behind the scenes the last week or so. Get ready for a whole new Main Street Mouse website.
He's rebuilding the site.
I've been working on it a lot the last couple of days. I'm getting ready, just doing last minute testing with Michelle to let her see everything and make sure it's how she wants it. But it's going to be a totally different layout the way we're going to do it. More of a, I hate to use the word newspaper, but it's kind of like a newspaper layout.
It's going to be easier for people to read and find stuff and find categories. Like if there's Disney World, Disneyland, merchandise, food, it's going to be
I think
easier.
It'd be nicer.
It looks nice. It's cleaner, as you call it. It looks cleaner.
Yeah, it does. It looks clean, and it's all coming together really well. So I'm hoping to have that within the next... I'll have to shut down the site for a few hours to make all the changes, but then...
But this is the best time to do it because there's not a lot of news right now.
Like the day I do it, the Disney will announce something. The minute I shut it off, they'll be like, okay, we're reopening on...
Well, I know we had our good friend and staffer, Chuck, requested more DJ Elliott to the mix. So
we added another one somewhere in there, but I'm going to add more.
Because it's upbeat right now.
It is. And we've actually talked about maybe going live on TMSM Radio, Michelle and I, maybe do an hour here or there, where we can actually play our favorite Disney music during that hour and talk about it in between songs and stuff. We just had to figure out how to do the audio and such. Ava has a problem with high-pitched sound, and the microphones puts out a high-pitched sound that Ava starts to really...
She flipped out. Like, for the newbies, Ava is our rescue French bulldog, and she's kind of, she's kind of a hot mess, but we love her.
She was through a lot of, we don't want to say beaten and abused, but she's got a lot of issues that stemmed where she wasn't treated well. Say it that way. And I don't know if there's something wrong with her ears because if Jack barks, she goes to attacking him.
She's something with her ears, so he was messing with the radio, with the microphones for the radio, and she was like,
and we couldn't even hear it.
We couldn't hear it.
We couldn't hear it, but she could because the pitch was so high, and she went nuts. So we have to figure out how we can do it and still make it amplify over the radio. So we'll see.
We're working on it.
It's one of our projects I'm working on.
So, but we're trying. And I've been less than inspired. I know I've had people ask me about my new book. It's not done yet. And a lot of it is my own fault. I fully admit it. Because, when you're in a funk, you don't feel inspired to write. And I don't want to just put out a book just to put out a book. I want it to be something I can be proud of and something that you guys are going to love. Because the book I'm doing now is so different from anything that I've ever done before. It's supposed to have a little bit of snark and humor. And I do have snark and humor. My friends will tell you that. Aren't I snarky and funny?
Very snarky.
I am so funny. So, so I want...
You have no idea.
Because I'm a hoot. So I just want to, I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the best that I can. And right now I don't feel at my best. But
our buddy Dennis is on.
Dennis in California. Hi, Dennis. I so miss Disneyland, Dennis. Dennis
needs to come here and be on the show. Not right now, obviously.
We were hoping to come out there in July, but I don't think that's going to happen.
We're going to stay with Dennis and his family.
We're going to go.
He doesn't know it.
But anyway, so we do have things coming. We are working, even though the parks are closed, we're still here working for you guys, trying to come up with content, trying to...
something new.
Something
I'm tired of the same old. I'm kind of bored with what we're doing. And that's how my brain thinks. It's like, okay, what can we do that nobody else is doing that like elevates us a little bit different than everybody else? So
yeah, we try. But I was going to tell you guys something else, and I lost it. What was it?
I don't know.
Lorraine did one of these?
Oh, no, they were talking about your snark, I think.
Oh, okay, so Lucretia says, Michelle Snark, do you like Baby Shark? Ah, Lucretia, you're funny, too. That's why we get along so well. And Lorraine's doing this because Lorraine knows what the book's about, so. But But yeah, I'm working on it. I promise. I'm gonna get out of my funk. I will. I will.
You sure?
I think.
Okay.
Working on it.
Do we have any other news? Or
oh yeah.
Well, I just want to make sure that because we went to the movies and then you started talking about dates changing possibly for things that we're sure of.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you cover everything you want to before we stop.
DisneyMagicMoments.com. Basically, Disney Parks Blog is doing the same thing that we've been doing for the past couple of weeks, and I say that no snark intended whatsoever, but we have been doing it the past couple of weeks as far as, craft information, recipes. And it's so funny, you guys, because when I put out recipes for booze, those blogs do the best.
She did mimosa Dole Whips, and they went crazy.
In a week ago, so I did Dole Whip mimosas over the weekend. Now, the weekend before that, I did a boozy Dole Whip recipe, and then I did a recipe for Dole Whip boozy pops, frozen pops.
Popsicle type thing.
Y'all are really wanting to have some fun on
your right now, drinking sounds like a good option. I don't drink at all. You can ask everybody.
He doesn't.
And I've considered starting now because.
But you know what's weird though, and I didn't even tell you this. I usually, because the whole Italian thing, I can drink wine. I've been drinking wine for a long time, not legally of course. But every family get together. We have food and wine. That's our thing. And my anxiety is so bad. The other day, I tried to have a glass of wine, and it made me feel like dizzy. And that is not me. So it's I can't even drink wine to make myself feel better right now because it makes me feel worse. So it's hell on earth right now. But anyway, my whole point is that those booze articles have been doing really great. So I guess I'll try to throw more of those out there. And desserts. So alcohol and desserts. I got you guys. I mean, I'm trying my best. It's just funny. You see what the priorities are. But I think that people are just reaching for something,
No, we're trying to keep Facebook. The problem with Facebook is if you start posting or if you stop slowing down, Facebook really cuts your reach big time. So we're trying to keep it going with these fun things because we don't have a lot of news, and it's actually working better. I mean, I think at one point where our numbers have kind of gone up a little bit with our traffic to the site, which is
and it's
nice
weird
and helpful.
Because on a normal before what?
Lorraine, I know you can drink a whole bottle.
She just threw me under the bus.
Yeah, she did. That's funny.
Wipe those tire tracks off. I don't know how she would know such a thing.
I think she was the last guest in our house before all this happened.
Okay, anyway, I lost my point. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So before all this, it was news and merchandise that did our articles did the best. Now we put out recipes and food. Recipes for food and drinks and things like that. Boom. Crafts. Boom. I mean, so it's just weird how... What?
Well, first, Katie Elliott has a bucket list to have a drink with Michelle in Disney World.
Heck yeah!
And then Perna popped up and goes, I witnessed it too. LOL. So your besties threw them under the bus.
My dearest friends in the world are throwing me under the bus on the live feed right now, and there's nothing I can do about it. But let me just say this.
If we turn this into a drinking show, it might be a whole lot more interesting.
Let me just say this, Perna and Lorraine. You guys are right there in the thick of it with me, so just say it.
They're not denying it.
That's true, you're not.
They're not the wholesome Disney princess.
Wholesome. Yeah. Anyway, so... But it's just weird how things have changed as far as news and, what people are into or looking for right now. I don't know... none of us know how long this is going to last, but I can promise you we are doing our best, even fighting through our own struggles that we're having here as far as, we're stressed too.
I mean, that's why we did almost cancel tonight because we were both sitting there going, are we really up to put on a show that's going to be happy for you guys to watch? And that's we were sitting there going back and forth with it, if you want to cancel, I don't know. I don't want to hang out.
This is the most I've talked probably.
Yeah.
I don't know how long. I'm just not in the mood. But you guys, I mean, I'll talk to you guys. But I'm just not in the mood. I'm just so blah. Do you guys
And she's been stuck on 90 Day Fiancé
There was a marathon on today.
Oh my God!
Really. There's one on tomorrow. And do you guys remember the show Psych on USA?
That's a good show.
I love Psych. Did you guys watch it when it was on? There's a Psych marathon, I think commercial free, that starts either tomorrow or Wednesday. So you can watch.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take that day off work so I can watch Psych all day.
Such a good show.
That's a good show.
But
and I think Stacy's on, so Stacy, in case you.
Okay, so everybody's saying that they like watching us. Even when we don't have a whole lot to talk about, you guys are still tuning in, and I appreciate that. We're trying our best. We really, really are trying our best. And I miss so much right now. So like I put on TMSM radio the other day, and I like cried because I'm hearing park music.
Well, we were listening to Elliot has a park mix where he goes through different attractions, and she heard that, and the Haunted Mansion one came up.
Yeah.
And that's what got her to tear up a little bit. So.
No, but even so, so you guys, I put something in the Nation the other day. Music from Rivers of Light.
Oh yeah, that was the one that got you too.
Okay, so you guys know Animal Kingdom is not my favorite park. I like all the parks. Let me put a disclaimer on it. I love all the parks.
It's just fourth out of the.
It's just not on my top of my list. But Rivers of Light, I love. I love the floating lotus flowers and the streaming water and all that. But the music of Rivers of Light.
We are one.
It's just, if you listen to it now, if you're like me in any capacity, you're going to cry. Because I was on my walk. I've been power walking. I've actually been losing weight because of all this, because of the stress and the walking, which that's the only good thing. But I'm
gaining it because I'm eating a lot more because I'm bored.
He's eating more, I'm eating less. So I had like the random, whatever you call that, the shuffle of songs, and music from Rivers of Light came on. I started crying on my walk because I'm just a mess. And it's like, because that music, I miss it. I miss all of it. Especially the music from that show. If you listen to it now, it's just so like, oh.
Well, it's bringing the planet together as one.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we're at right now. We've all become one.
It's just one of those things. It's one of those things. I can't listen to Disney music right now. Oh, okay. So my friend John sent me a joke earlier.
I just want to comment before you tell the joke, though. If you've noticed, I don't think we can cancel the show anymore if you've watched everybody's comments about this is normal. This is what they need every Monday. It's 7 o'clock TMSM Weekly Live is normal.
Aww.
And they need that normal to get through their reality.
Then that's what you will get.
We got to have fun with it somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll... maybe
I'm going to get Michelle to sing.
Extra in my cup.
I'm going to get Michelle to start singing.
Anyway, so John sent me a joke video. And it was a parody. Everybody's making parodies right now. And it was a joke from Hercules, I Can Go the Distance. And he was not singing about that. But the background music was the same. And my nose started burning and I started crying. And I sent it back. I messaged him back and I said, 1, that was really funny and good. That guy's really good. 2, I cried over that. It's because it's just, it's like, I can't. I mean, they even made like parodies for that Tiger King show with Disney involved.
They were talking about Tiger King right now.
Are they?
Okay, yeah.
Because Lorraine loved it. She watched it like 8 times, and she wants to watch it again. That is not true. I was
gonna say
I'm gonna get yelled at for that one. So
is that your payback for the bottle?
That's your payback for the wine comment. So like they keep mixing all everybody's meshing all these different things together. Like this Tiger King hot mess, and then they throw they did it with like the Lion King, like a voiceover type of thing.
Remember when John was here a few weeks ago, and he wanted us to record a version of, instead of "This is Halloween," this is quarantine. This is quarantine. This is quarantine.
Yeah. But we couldn't do that because
we could have. We just ran out of time.
No, and actually we talked about it, but then somebody else came up with like a meme for it with the "This is quarantine."
I don't care about copying.
You don't care?
Everybody copies somebody else. Nobody's original.
We don't look at other people's crap.
No, we don't, but then they follow us.
Because we're just they're just like, you know, that fun and good, right?
Yeah, that's it.
You know, literally watch so that they can, you know, laugh at us.
Lorraine cybersmacked you. I don't know if anybody else is doing a weekly live show though, or if they ever have. I know there's been shows that people have done live. I just don't know if there's anybody who does it weekly live.
I think right now it's like, especially now, it's kind of hard to have things to talk about.
Well, Jimmy does his, but his more. Well, yeah, his is a live video show.
But they're okay. So when I was on the Disney Nerds podcast last week, or whenever it was, my weeks are all running together. But their show is way more laid back than ours. Like they
encourage alcohol.
They encourage you to have a cocktail when you're on the show, and
maybe that's why I didn't get invited.
And they do swear. They don't say bad words. Like we keep it like totally.
PG.
We keep it like almost PG.
We're Disney. They're Universal.
That's not true. They don't swear. They don't drop F-bombs.
I'm teasing.
But yeah, they're just way more laid back than we are. But we're kind of laid back. We just minus the alcohol and the swearing. But they. So
you've never had a drink there in TMSM with your life? You see why you can't lie.
What is wrong with people? See, I'm trying to do something nice by coming out of my funk and talk to people for a little while. And here we go. Why?
It's funny. She rarely ever. If she's
backpedal.
No, there's been times when she's been really stressed and she puts a little something in her cup.
I've been drinking so much water. I'm trying to keep myself healthy. I've been drinking tons of water. I've been taking vitamin C. I've been going for walks. I'm like making the kids take their chewable vitamins, making you take vitamins because I'm so concerned.
I give them to the dogs. I'm just joking.
I don't mean to be aggravating or annoying. I just want to keep my family healthy. Why is that so bad?
It's not bad. Did I ever say that's a bad thing? No. I never said those words.
Oh, Lord help me.
Melissa's going to come help you bury the body. She's not going to bury my body.
I miss you, Melissa. we
haven't seen you since years ago.
We do need a cocktail night, and we're gonna go grab Liz, and we're gonna go to Carol Baskin's Tiger Place.
I want to go there, and I just want to ask her, where's the body? I won't tell anybody else. Just show me where the body's.
So I saw, and it's like people tag me and stuff. Michelle Perkins tagged me in something about there's going to be like a ID special about the reopening of that case.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be another episode, which Lorraine is super excited about. It's going to be on next week on Netflix.
What's funny, though, is we started rewatching it Saturday because that's how bored we were again. And I realized that they say in the thing that the police in Tampa never they're not going to close this case until they have absolute confirmation she didn't do it. And it's like, well, it's been closed. What are you talking about?
No, it wasn't closed. It was open. It was just a cold case.
Oh, is that what it was?
They basically take. I
thought they closed it.
They just kind of no.
They said
I think what they do. I watch enough crime shows to know. I think that they just kind of like leave it dangling out there, and then if they get new leads and stuff, then they add to it.
They're not actively investigating on it.
Like they can't. You can't investigate somebody constantly for 20 years. However.
No, because the tiger that ate him is gone now.
Jesus. You can't say that.
I said it. Everybody. There was one of my friends on Facebook today. He's
like, she did it.
One of my friends today, Mike, who runs Pensacon in Pensacola, he marked on there, he goes, with all the uncertainty in the world and how people can't come together, he goes, there's one thing we all agree on. Carol killed her husband. I think Carol even probably wants to get there. Yeah, I did it.
No, she doesn't. She's one of those narcissists that she'll never admit it. But don't want to say bad things about her because then she'll come after us. She goes after people on social media.
Bring it. You're going to bring down a Disney site?
Stop.
You know how much publicity we would get?
I don't want that kind of publicity.
We'll be on a Netflix show.
No, I don't want to be on a Netflix show. I don't even know where all this came from. Garth. But yeah.
I'm reading what people are commenting. All you need is some sardine oil, like Courtney said.
Yeah.
You need to get rid of.
I know. I was actually looking for something else. If you're
Father Michael
into crime shows, Father Michael's on.
Yep. So you got to behave now.
Father Michael. Now I have to behave. He loves me for who I am, so he doesn't judge me. Anyway.
As I get smacked.
Yes.
That's awesome.
But no, I was looking for things to watch. Have you guys been watching, like, taking the time to...
If Carol comes after us, they're going after her.
Oh, God.
Exotic Joe ain't got nothing on our group. Or Joe Exotic, whatever his name is. The guy who's in jail right now for trying to kill him.
So this was my thought. This was my original thought that did not happen yet, but it might. Was that I wanted to... my plan was I was going to go on Disney Plus, and I was going to watch movies that I haven't seen before, which I should see, or maybe something that I haven't seen for a long time.
Since you were a kid,
just to brush up on my Disney.
We should do movie reviews of those old movies.
And yeah, but I'm too busy watching crime shows.
That's true.
Like, I really need to stop watching about murders and such, and actually go watch Disney movies.
That's what Carol Baskin watches.
But I can't help it.
We actually watched Revenge of the Sith the other night. It was on the end of it. We caught the end of it where Anakin and Obi are fighting. And I remember when that movie came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, the special effects are so awesome. And I'm watching it the other night and go, wow, these special effects are
No. The other Star Wars, they had garbage effects.
Oh, then Empire Strikes Back came on after, which is my favorite Star Wars movie of all time, came on after it. And she's like, what are those things Han and Luke are riding? What are they? Like a weird kangaroo?
It's like the Yeti.
No, that was...
What was the Yeti?
That was the other scene where Luke is in the cave.
Yeah.
And you were talking about the Tauntauns.
Yeah. But do you guys remember, like, the old 80s, like, special effects that kind of looked like, what was that movie I said it was like?
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans. Do you remember the original Clash of the Titans?
That was a good movie.
Oh my God, the effects were terrible.
Medusa.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. I was little when...
Who was it, Harry Hamlin?
Harry Hamlin was, I can't remember who
he had a big old afro.
Yeah, he had some hair.
I can't remember who.
Where is this even going? This has nothing. You talk about sidebars. This has nothing to do with anything that I wrote down today. This has nothing to do with anything that I said we were going to talk about. Not a darn thing. Harry Hamlin and Clash of the Titans. Nothing to do with anything.
Melissa, it's a beast. She's got fangs, razor sharp ones. If you're not with us, you're against us. Through the woods. Where within the haunted Tampa, she won't stop till all her husbands are dead. Time to take some action, boys. Time to kill the Carol Baskin beast. You know what? If I was her current husband, I would be scared to death. I would never sleep.
No.
I'd be worried.
No.
And the first one, she threw a potato at.
She did say she threw a potato at him.
So she was violent from a young age. Because that was like 17, wasn't it?
Yeah. And speaking of potatoes...
I like potatoes that fill with carbs.
I know, I don't eat those. But over at Hollywood Studios, you can get your picture taken with a potato.
Not right now.
You know that? You can't right now. But when they open again, whenever that may be,
I forgot about the potato
you can
part.
get your picture taken with a potato.
At Potato Land.
At Potato Land. Like there's a potato, like say like this is the potato.
It's a big potato.
Okay.
She's got a picture somewhere.
I do have a picture with the potato. It is at the end of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. There's like a little area. No. It's nowhere to theater. Where the
on the other side
shorts
of Frozen.
are.
Yeah. It's on the
Sorry, so you can't even think.
Been so long.
Yes, you can get your picture taken with potato at Disney Hollywood Studios.
Perseus. There you go.
Yes.
I don't know my Greek mythology.
Why does Corey Tucker know?
Because Corey has seen every movie in the creation.
Things, Corey
could be on Jeopardy.
But yeah, why are we talking about potatoes?
Because you mentioned Potato Land and she threw a potato at her first husband. Second husband got fed to the gator. Third husband, who knows what's going to happen to him.
Potato Land in the Mickey short is a nod to the Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
Which is really cool. Now you might wonder, what do potatoes and a Haunted Mansion have to do with each other? Nothing. But when you go watch the movie at Hollywood Studios, you'll see.
Yeah, you have to go see this short.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Faith is lost.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but there really is like a Potato Land Mickey short at Hollywood Studios. I promise you there is.
It's a nod to a lot of different shorts in that one short. Actually, they brought a lot of different things together to make that one short. So.
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know.
And if Panda was here, he'd probably be singing, "Nothing can stop us now."
Yeah, exactly. And it's so funny because before we went live, I was talking about, going through my photos, and I have like no new photos in the past 3.5 weeks.
Except for the dogs.
Except for the dogs and Tiger King memes. But that event for Runaway Railway was a month ago this week, and it feels like it was
an eternity,
so long ago. And I know that the time is going slow because we don't have a lot to fill it. There are people, God bless you guys, that have to go to work and be there.
You guys are awesome.
You're awesome. And then there's us that, we're in the house trying to, fill time and not stress and still survive, financially and mentally and everything else. But it was a month ago, and it just seems so long ago.
What was it? I was doing some work on the new site today, and I had to go back to some blogs, and I actually found the blog where we announced Avengers Campus, and it was March 11th.
Yeah, it was right before all.
And that was a fantastic day. I was so excited. I was researching ticket prices and everything, and then the next day, everything.
Yeah, we actually had we had a hotel for.
We had one reserved. I just got to cancel it.
I'm gonna cancel it now. But we were going to go out there for Avengers Campus because hopefully we would have gotten media for that and then, gone out there to check everything out. But again, like we said earlier,
I don't think it's going to happen.
It
could.
I really don't think it's going to happen in July.
I don't think so either.
It would be wonderful if things could just kind of pick up where they left off, but I don't think it's going to happen.
No. Sad.
It is sad. I miss it so much. I miss all of it so much. Like, it hurts my heart. And it's like, I'm trying to listen to TMSM radio, like you guys, which I appreciate, but it hurts my heart to even listen to that stuff.
Do we have anything exciting, fun to talk about towards the end? Then weren't you going to have, like, a question asked like we had last week? Remember how you said last week we asked what park, food, and
what
ride
did you say? I told you to come up with something.
Oh, crap.
What did you say?
Oh, I said, if there's any one thing you could bring back that was it either Walt Disney World, Disneyland, or whatever, that they took away to replace with a new attraction, new ride, new show, new fireworks, new parade, what would it be?
Something that is
no longer here. Or Disneyland.
Here. Retired?
Yeah, retired, gone for good, never to return again.
Spectrum Magic, maybe?
Of everything in Spectrum.
Maybe Spectrum Magic. I loved the music of Spectrum Magic. As far as rides go, I don't know.
You didn't have to. I just was like in general.
I mean, I could expand.
I know you probably.
I loved Spectrum Magic. When
Osborne Lights, Michelle just said.
Osborne Lights, yes, the Osborne Lights. That one hurt my heart too. But
Same,
the only
Mr. Toad.
Mr. Toad.
Mr. Toad's in Disneyland. You can still go
You
right
can
in there.
still go see Mr. Toad in Disneyland.
I drew him last night. Remember?
The Osborne Lights. I wish we're still there. And my Facebook memories came up this week of when they closed Streets of America. The Lights car motor. What was it?
Lights motor car action. Lights and motor.
Oh my gosh! I can't remember. It's been 4 years. Lights something motor cars. No.
Lights, camera, action, motor cars.
Something like that. Whatever.
Ministry Electrical, Osborne Lights, Mr. Toad, Osborne Lights,
yeah.
Wishes, If You Had Wings.
But like nobody like
the original Celebrate the Magic.
Celebrate the Magic with yes,
with Walt and
so
Mickey
good.
and 20,000
I actually
Leagues.
put a video out on that last week. I want to say I like it much better than the Castle show they have now.
Lights, motor, action. Thank you, Mike. Follow Michael.
Thank you. Lights, motor, action. All right. So, like, there was that. And it's so funny because when they closed...
Snow White Scary's Adventure.
Snow White Scary
Spectrum
Adventure. Magic. Some of that you can still see out at Disneyland.
Yep.
What? Like, you can see some of it at Disneyland, but some of it is, like,
some of it's gone.
You know what I wish I saw? And I'm hoping, because it's not gone, they bring it back periodically, is out at Disneyland. I really want to see Paint the Night. Mm-hmm. And it seems like every time we go to Disneyland, we just miss it.
Yeah.
Like, was it for D23? Was it last year? They were showing, like, that summer, they were, like, periodically doing Paint
and we
the
saw
Night
electrical.
In and out.
They did electrical.
And they did the electrical parade. It was on the, they did, like, a short stint.
Which was cool to see that again.
Yeah, because I cried, of course. To hear the music.
That
and
lady
to see it
basically
again.
was like right on my hip. That one.
Oh yeah, there was a lady that was standing on him.
If I moved, she moved closer. Like, come on, trying to film.
Yeah, we're talking about happy things, not the lady that stood on you at Disneyland. But you know, like there's stuff that you miss, and I miss some of that. What?
Corey missing Maelstrom. Can't find that at Disneyland.
Oh, Corey. Poor Corey. He just is so broken up about
I gotta
Maelstrom.
send him a link though to that comedy thing I showed where they were making fun of Maelstrom. So it was like an oil tanker, and then you go backwards to some trolls, and then
Corey was so distraught when they closed Maelstrom.
He's still distraught. He cries about it at night.
He even bought a T-shirt in protest.
He made it. It's got a fast pass on it for the last night.
Corey was real upset.
He paid like $300 for that shirt that it made because he wanted to make fast.
He just can't get over it. I mean, I don't think
he loves Kristoff though. I don't know why he has such a hard time with Frozen now. He has a Kristoff costume. He wears it at Halloween.
As Kristoff.
At Magic City Con last year, if you would have come out, Corey was dressed as Kristoff doing photo ops with all the people who were there. It was kind of cool.
Oh man.
Melissa just said, "Let it go, Corey."
Let it go, Corey. Corey can't let it go. He's very upset still. But what's funny is that he took his daughter on Frozen Ever After, and like that first time, I was like, "So."
He's like, "It's okay."
I'm like, "Did you like it?" He's like, "It's alright."
It was okay. I'll do it again because she wants to do it.
He couldn't admit that it was.
I'm building my own version of my backyard. That's cool. Single.
Corey. Yes, cool. Do that.
And put that video on the Main Street Mouse.
Yeah, Corey.
And Lucretia's going to post a picture of the shirt.
Oh, good. Okay, Corey and Lucretia, you guys need to like build an at-home Maelstrom, and then like we can share that. I think that would give you guys something fun.
Do it, Corey. You got 3 days.
Do that. You need to get some trolls and what was that? There was that big polar bear thing.
There was the polar bear, and then you got to have the oil tanker.
What else was in that ride? The person that was talking about that ride.
It was on the animatronics comedy show they did, and they actually had the polar bear who was there.
Were kind of making...
They were making fun of it.
Corey said, "Y'all suck." We love you. He
was like, "It's all right.
It's all right.
I'll ride it again if she wants to." And then he kind of rolled his eyes. He liked it. Don't let him fool you. He went nuts in the gift shop.
That's where he got his Kristoff like hat and vest. And his Olaf to wear, put his Olaf to carry it around.
I would throw Olaf in a greenhouse. I'm sorry. I just don't like
Stop!
Oh my God.
But yeah, so you could totally do that. But Corey's upset about Maelstrom still, all joking aside. I don't think there's anything I'm like upset about that's gone.
I think it's natives for us. It's like Alabama natives.
They have leprechauns in Alabama. You could use those for trolls.
You could.
From what I hear.
You could. Go to the Peanut Fest. You can pick up a bunch of
No. What was... And, like, is there any ride or whatever that you're like Corey to where you're in mourning over a ride? Or something?
Actually, I when I asked you the question, I was trying to think if there's anything I missed that much that I would like them to bring it back to eliminate what they replaced it with. Because that's what I was trying to think of. Like, because if you brought it back, you're eliminating whatever in its place. The thing I would like to see, because I've never seen it, would have been Pleasure Island.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I'm going to sidebar you for
one. And I don't care about the restaurant. Bring back Pleasure Island.
Faith wants to know if there's video on YouTube. On our YouTube at the Main Street Mouse. Yes, we went the last night that it was the last night that it closed, and we did a whole walkthrough of the ride through. So if you go to the Main Street Mouse on YouTube, there is Maelstrom footage there.
And that's right, because we were the second to last boat, weren't we? Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, we're one of the last ones.
Hi, Ava. But, okay, what were you saying? You said something.
No, I just said how Pleasure Island would have been my choice to bring back, because the restaurants that are where Pleasure Island is, I could care less about. So, I mean, the only one that's good is the Pizza Pump. That's not a good name. Pizza Pump, or however you say it. The pizza place.
Pizza place. The pizza window. The pizza joint.
Yeah, Disney Springs. But,
oh my gosh, stop. She's going to climb the walls. This is Ava. She's very needy. Pleasure Island, though. I remember I couldn't wait to be old enough. I mean, you could go through Pleasure Island, if you recall. You could walk through, you go to the stores. There were certain places you could go in. You didn't have to have the wristband. And I feel like as soon as I was old enough to, like, have the wristband and go into play, like, close everything down. So, like, I waited and waited and waited, and I couldn't wait to go. And, like, once I was able to go, it's like, well, shoot. Like,
it's funny because people are mentioned in Alien Encounter. And I was going to write that article. I need to put it together because remember I found out some backstory and stuff like that about it. I should write that up, put it out. They're all saying hi, Miss Ava.
Hi, Ava. You hear the snorting? This is like the.
I want to go to the Adventurers Club, Corey.
Adventurers Club. I loved Mannequins with the rotating dance floor and the techno music, and that was fun. And granted, it's Morimoto Asia now. But when we had remember when we went to Morimoto's. And you could still kind of see because
I couldn't because I was never there.
Okay, you weren't, but you could still kind of tell like if you go to Morimoto's because if you remember, Mannequins was a 2-story dance club, and then they had the rotating dance floor in the middle of the bottom. But it's like I remember times going in there. My friend Paula and I went to Mannequins years and years ago when we finally got our wristbands. And I remember her and I, we totally were digging the rotating dance floor. And I remember going into there.
What you talking about?
And I was talking about Aunt Paula. I remember us going into the same bathroom stall. Why am I telling you this?
I don't know. That's too much information right there.
There was a line.
Okay, let's go to the next. Go. Nice talking to you guys. See you next week.
Oh my god! I don't even know why I just said that. I'm just trying to think of what I remember.
They like Ava's little snort.
Oh. See, she is very, like, she needs attention. And if she doesn't get it, she pouts and snorts and she scratches at you.
She can't jump on the couch or chair or anything.
She doesn't know how to jump. She never learned how to jump. She can do stairs now, though.
She actually didn't even know how to go to the bathroom on the grass when we first got her.
Yeah, she knows the grasses now. But anyway, so yeah, Pleasure Island was awesome. I'll give you that. Don't you guys think that they could use something like that again at Disney? Like,
I think we should do a GoFundMe and open one just off property.
GoFundMe.
Ava, you gotta pay attention. You gotta be on camera.
But yeah, so I think that, you know, something like a Pleasure Island type of thing with dance clubs again would be fun. And I know a lot of people miss that sort of thing. And especially now, I mean, Disney Springs is a lot of fun. And you remember they did that after hours thing for a little while, like between 10 and 2, like some of the clubs and or not clubs, the restaurants like had music.
Mm-hmm.
They could get away with that at the Edison because they have room for like a dance floor and things. Right. But I think they could really. They need something like that, some like nightlife again.
They still have the Atlantic Dance Hall too over at the boardwalk. It's a club. I mean, you can turn that into a dancing area. I really, really, really think that Disney get on that. I mean, so David has asked, do you have a favorite ride at Disney World? That's easy for us.
Haunted Mansion
without a doubt.
My favorite ride.
Yep.
And then. Yeah, at both parks, I would say, like Disney World and Disneyland. But
Pirates at Disneyland is a good.
They have a better Pirates out at Disneyland.
They got a better Haunted Mansion too.
They have the Hatbox Ghost at Disneyland, which is very, very cool. You're so loud. But yeah, I would say Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion for sure. And I miss it. Like I miss so much.
Mm-hmm.
But that 8-Tracks Club, Lori said something about 8-Tracks. That was kind of like the throwback.
Mm-hmm.
Now nowadays, like the throwback club would probably be 80s and 90s music. Wouldn't you say?
Probably. Well, yeah, because
back then it was they played 70s. They played like disco and things. Now, like that's all changed, and now like oldies is like 80s, and I hate it when people say oldies is 90s music because I'm like, ouch.
Or the boys hear and go, wow, this is an old song.
Or like, yeah, I like, or like Andrew will say like, oh, I like that oldie stuff like Green Day. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? So I don't feel old, but whatever.
Ava, quit looking over there. Ava. Look this way. They want to see you.
Oh, Shane said a TMSM exclusive club. I wish. A dance club with and Corey will do appearances dressed as Kristoff. And I will make sure that we have, like, dance music. We can, like, you know.
We'll have Elliot DJ.
Have Elliot DJ.
Ava will come in there and do the...
Ava can come and dance. Okay, don't. All right. Well, I guess that's it for this week. I really did not think we were going to be able to fill an hour show because I was not feeling it, and I didn't think that we had
enough content.
We had enough content, but apparently we did. So I appreciate you guys sticking it out for this whole hour. And we will continue to put out content every day, whether it's news, whether it's a craft, whether it's a recipe, whether it's whatever. We will definitely keep going.
Father Michael said, "Happy Easter, Happy Passover. Pray for all as well." We pray for the same as you. Same to you, Father Michael.
We really appreciate that. I hope that you guys do have a nice Easter, considering everybody's all kind of by ourselves right now. But this too shall pass.
I think this Easter has a little more meaning. I mean, just that we're all. I mean, because this is the first year everybody's being held from each other.
Yeah, I feel like everything's been everything is just there's a pause button. Everything is
I just put you down.
Just everything is just paused. But it doesn't have to be. Like with Disney or with the holidays or with whatever comes along, you just have to try to make the best of it.
And appreciate it once it goes off.
Appreciate things because, if nothing else, I think that this whole mess has taught us to appreciate things more, appreciate people more, and be thankful for the blessings that we do have. And I know for me, because I'm a worrier and anxiety and whatever else, I always used to worry about things that were going wrong instead of appreciating the things that were going right, because the good things far outweighed the bad, and I have a lot to be thankful for even now. So I think that...
And now I have video of her saying that. So.
But I do think that if you can, I read something about how we don't know, and hopefully never, we don't know when we're going to be forced to pause again, when we're going to be forced to put our lives on hold and take that time. You have time to reflect on things, and what are you going to do with it other than watch silly documentaries like myself? And I guess it's just a matter of making the best of it, being grateful for what we have, being grateful for the health of our family and friends. We're grateful for you guys for sticking by us through all this, and you can still have a happy Easter. Even if it's not the same as usual, no chocolate eggs and family dinners and all those things, but
And now where am I going to go the day after Easter buy my half off candy?
Oh gosh, he loves those holidays.
But the thing is, when I was in high school, I worked in a grocery store, and I did that for years, even after high school. And the candy used to come in 4 months before the holiday, so it's been made and it's been sitting somewhere. So that's all going to go bad.
I don't think it's going to go bad.
What are we going to do with it?
Do they still have Easter candy at the grocery store? Can you order that on the app?
I haven't seen it on the app.
It's another sidebar. But anyway,
I'm gonna have to go to Publix. I'm gonna have to walk up there tomorrow and see.
I'm really trying to wrap this up for you guys. He's just not letting me. Usually it's me that drives.
Okay, let's go. I know. 81 episodes. I'm going over. She's like, no, we gotta stop.
But anyway, please continue to stay tuned to all of our social media. Check the site. We are on, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. You name it.
TikTok.
We're all over the place. But please, 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 guys, be safe. There is nothing right now that is more important than the safety and health of you and your family and your friends. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth taking any risks.
That's right, guys. Make sure you stay safe. And Disney will reopen again. And
Disney will still be there. We just want all of you to still be there, too.
And we will be covering it for you when it happens, but just make sure you're there to see the coverage.
Yeah, exactly. Again, there's nothing, and that's what he gets antsy and wants to go out of the house or whatever, and I'm just like, you know what, this is temporary, and we're going to get through it, and we're going to get through it, all of us, and hopefully when we can look back at it on the other side and be like, remember when this and this and this.
I hope so.
And I hope people will stay thankful for what we have. I think it's just a big lesson can be learned, but please be safe.
It's more than just a day. This has been a long time, and it's still going to be a while, and we just have to remember that it could happen again.
God, don't say that. I just want to get through
it.
No,
I mean, it could, and we just need to realize that how things can change in the blink of an eye, like they did with this. So, before we wrap up, though, like Michelle said, you guys can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at the Main Street Mouse, on Twitter, Main Street Mouse, TikTok. I don't even know what the
TikTok is at the Main Street Mouse also.
At the Main Street Mouse. Make sure you guys visit MEI-Mouse Fan Travel, our official sponsor. If you need any trail plans once everything does reopen, if you had a cruise or anything booked, contact them. They can help you out. Also, Kingdom Strollers, when they reopened, they were hit hard with all this. So
there's a lot of small businesses that, including us, that have been just completely just derailed because of this.
And MEI and Kingdom Strollers have been behind the Main Street Mouse fully, and we're still behind them is our number 1 and 2. So
we
if
just
you guys
want to
can
give
remember
them
that,
a shout, follow them on social media too, because these are people that support what we do.
Yep, they keep us going. So you guys need to please help them. Any way you can.
Be safe.
Yes.
Have a blessed and happy Easter.
That's right.
And continue to follow along because we will be putting out stuff all week.
And who knows what new stuff will come out.
Who knows? But happy Easter, you guys. Be safe. We love you guys so much, and we will see you next Monday.
See you next Monday at 7, guys. Bye. Happy Easter.